Hi, and good morning, everyone. My name is Albert, and this is Vlogs About Nothing. Thank you very much for taking the time out of your very busy morning to join me. I really do appreciate it. About 2 days ago, we lost track of days. It is really nice to be back, and moreover, I just wanted to say that I did not do a video yesterday on purpose, just so that I could sort of, I don't know, give a finger to myself in a kind of a way, just because yesterday was supposed to be my last day at my, summer job, and that did not happen, so I felt like doing nothing. The inner workings of my mind, Lord help us all. I'm a joke, remember? And honestly, I just want to get out of character here for a second, and seriously thank you guys for, coming back on over to the channel. I know that it's been a little while, and I'm acting as if nothing even happened, but it's just kind of because we're not there yet. And so for the purposes of like the continuity of this program, which is not just something that has been like the main priority in my life, but ergo kind of like the only priority in my life before I had got this job. So I just appreciate everyone coming back on over and hitting the thumbs up or the thumbs down. Again, your boy hasn't changed here. It's not likely, and I'd put my money on that all day. Just because it's what it is. Just to kind of tell you guys too, if you're new to the program, that all these videos are shot in one takes. It's kind of something that I really like doing, and today I want to talk about dressing up, alright? So enough of the semantics. Who wants to know Albert anyway? Nobody, right? Who's real interested in seeing this guy, though? Everybody, right? Including myself, honestly. It's kind of interesting. But let's just jump right into it, okay? Let's talk about dressing up, alright? And, the thing in life is that, like, you can dress anything up, really, I mean, you can make the worst kind of ground beef taste palpable, right? Given the fact that you know how to season things properly and stuff. And I'm sure there's lots of people out there that both unironically and ironically perform these very actions. The old saying, if you put lipstick on a pig, does it still does it change the fact that it's simply a pig? Does dressing me up looking like I, am some sort of wardrobe, men's middle-aged warehouse kind of like stand-in make me any different from the guy that I am? I don't think so, right? Again, I'm just still a hopeless romantic looking for purpose in life, and convinced that it's more hard to find exactly what I want to do in life than it is to find what it isn't that I don't want to do, if that makes sense. But regardless, going from like putting makeup on, right, for like all the ladies out there and stuff, dudes, whatever, I'm just saying, like, if I could put on makeup, trust me, I would have already done that. You think I like walking around looking like this? I'm just saying, right, that like we all kind of have the ways that we have to dress up in our own individual lives. It could be the very things that we eat, we talked about that. It could be how we present ourselves. And I kind of want to ask the question, does it matter how we present ourselves? Does it matter how we dress things? And I think 80%, yeah, it really does. I think, kind of that 80-20 rule, as always, it's pretty applicable. You got to give math credit when it's due, right? And that's a pretty accurate one, I'd say. And I think that there's something about dressing up that makes us feel a little bit better about ourselves. Whether or not we want to take that at face value and kind of admit that it's, pretty sad, actually. It's really never, like, how you are on the outside, right? It's always about who you are on the inside. It's about your character. It's about what you stand in or don't stand for, or, what you believe in or what you don't believe in that makes you, in fact, who you are, right? And I think we all kind of understand that, but yet, on the very surface of things, again, 80-20, it's kind of important how you present yourself. And so, I think that when dudes or girls decide to dress up, we feel a little bit more confident, right? And it's those literal clothes that are making us feel like that. like cap here, I just want to tell you that my lack of confidence is just as low as it is when I'm dressed like this, or when I'm wearing my pajamas. Anyways, that's just something that's kind of interesting. And again, I do want to quickly talk about how this past summer was an interesting time for me, all right? And I hope that you guys had an awesome summer, okay? It's past Labor Day now. Let's move forward. Most of you guys are back in school, or you never left your job, and again, for all the strangers out there who have supported me, and continue to watch my videos and stuff, even when I randomly pop back into your lives months later, I can't stress to you enough how thankful I am. I'm on a mission here, and nothing can get in the way. I'm pretty focused. Things have been going just as well as they could be going, I guess. Been kind of stressful the last 6 weeks or so. Yeah, 6 weeks dealing with the end of my job and so forth. And if anybody watches those videos from work or whatever, especially it was a wonderful opportunity, and while I'll never publicly speak about where I worked or, what exactly I did and stuff, I do want to thank those people who made my time there, doable. My time there, right? So I had a job this past summer, and I got hired, and then 3 months later, here we are. And we got so much to talk about, and there's so many things to catch up with. And yesterday I made a video, or the day before, I made a video about ICE agents and AI. And, this channel is not for the faint of heart as it concerns the lack of human rights. Your boy here is like a socialist, a social capitalist, right? In that, there's a small part of me that really does believe in private property and ownership and things like that. But, healthcare, real estate, school, there's lots of things that the government could just, provide to you at no cost and make your life better. And I don't understand why the majority of people, well, I do know why, right? That's because the majority of people that have common sense and that would vote for socialist policies are often, redistricted and not, antiquated 21st century Jim Crow laws. All the people who can and are interested in voting for all of these very good causes are the ones stuck at work, not able to vote, or they're the one, again, and that's not fair. It's not fair when there's hundreds of millions of eligible voters here in the United States, and just yet only a small percentage of them are able to yield their constitutional right, and that is to vote, my friends. Voting is important. It is. And I think the future will tell us, why voting is important, and why the person trying to sell you whatever it is they're trying to sell you is, in fact, the person that can either help or not, and I want to help. I'm interested in helping. I'm, dedicated, and I've committed my entire life to trying to, empower people and social justice and being civically engaged and not anti-American and not treasonous, like our comrade, the commander-in-chief for, I think, January 6th, something happened. I'm not sure what happened, but, oh yeah, anyways, you see what I'm saying? I have a vested interest in, talking about policies that impact you feel me? Ultimately, that's who they impact, is the very person that's watching this video, and it's important to remember those things, all right? Because I'm just some random dude. My life is in fact a joke, but the world continues to turn, my friends, and there are people out there who could really use our help, honestly, people that are disenfranchised, people that are marginalized, and even those people that just spend too much than they make, right? I mean, again, as a socialist, you got to kind of fight for everyone, and with good cause, right? And I think that all of those things are in place, and I'm very, very, very much for a pro-socialist America here in the future. And, I can't be in any situation in life where my job or my one boss or two bosses or whatever, right, in a theoretical or untheoretical situation, are putting me in situations where I can't publicly express my support for socialist causes, right? And I just couldn't be more forward about that. One thing is I'm anti-fascist, I'm anti-treason, and I'm just anti-hate, and I think that if you're any of those three things, we can have a conversation. And I'm pretty sure that, most of us are, in fact, at least one of those three things, if in fact not at all, just all three of them, you know what I mean? So, again, anytime you watch these videos, it means a lot to me. I do appreciate it. I keep y'all in mind. I got a lot going on in my personal life, and when I don't, I'm trying not to stress out my household, all while simultaneously trying not to stress myself out. But, it's good. I think the future is very good, and I think that with your continued support and all of these different types of things, that are going to fall in place, I think we'll all be in a better situation than we currently are, in fact, right where we're at now, right? Because I don't think a lot of people like where this country is right now, and I'm not sure any of us know where this country is going to be headed after this president is done with his current term, I'm already seeing signs that say, like, amend the Constitution so that, like, Trump is not Putin, my friends. Putin, whatever he did out there in Russia, right, to ensure that he continued to get elected, props to the guy, whatever. Feel how you want about Russia. I'm just saying, Donald Trump, this is not Russia. And we should all be so thankful, right? I'm just saying, because this isn't the place. I think even Putin could understand that business is what dictates things here, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm trying to run a good business, and I want everybody else to be a part of a good business, right? A good business that stands up for those people that have little to nothing, and make sure that everyone has a more or less equal playing field to have a good opportunity to live a decent life. Is that so hard to ask? We're living through the Gilded Age. This is probably the single time in history where we were all seeing an extreme amount of wealth, and I'm not hating on all those people getting that money, right? Get your bag. I'm just saying that, like, the government can also, do things to make sure that everyone else gets just a little bit of that bag too, right? People gotta have money to spend. At the end of the day, right, if we want people to buy things, and if we want this economy to continue to prosper, and I think that a lot of us do, then we'd all kind of agree that people do need money. They need it. It's not something that they just desire to have so that they can, be Scrooge McDuck. People literally need money so that they can continue to live their lives. All right. I hope that you guys have a really awesome day. Again, thank you so much for watching these videos. It means a lot to me. Every morning I'll be here. I'm thinking around 8 o'clock. I'm trying to figure out some type of a schedule. I also do, in fact, have a job still. Surprisingly, I do. It's a different job, and between all of us, that's kind of why I'm not shaving right now, and that's sort of driving me crazy too. And I don't understand how dudes can have hair on their face, because I can feel it, right? Like, it's like I got this 5-pound nose on my face, and then now I got all this hair on my face. It's just like gravity is just like working against me. And anyways, I hope that you guys are awesome, okay? Have a really good week. If you're just, coming back to work from a 3-day work week or whatever, your weekend, then enjoy this short work week, all right? You guys have an awesome afternoon, and we'll talk to everyone real soon, all right? Thank you again for watching my show. I see it, and I appreciate it. All right. Bye.